Hello everybody, my name is Wilkis Figuereo from iTech Audio Studios, here representing Sonible at this year's IMSTA FESTA. I'm going to take you guys on a journey on how to use the Sonible products to mix a hip-hop production that contains some R&B vocals by an artist by the name of T-Wiz and my man October London on the chorus. This is an artist who is signed to the 3TF company, and we did this for his upcoming EP. Check it out. All right, guys, so right here, as you may see, okay, we have the session. We have an empty session. I'm going to play through this real quick. I don't have any plugins assigned to any of the tracks as of yet, but I'm just going to play you real quick what's happening so you can have an idea what the song sounds like. Check it out. All right. So we're going to focus on the chorus to begin with. It's going to play the very first chorus, and then we'll get to the rap vocals as we move forward. So listen to what's happening here.
Excuse me, baby, don't mean to bother you, but you're the type of girl I like, I want you. I can't help but step.
These are my vocal tracks right here.
We leave school, we can chill and get to know each other. Hey, love,
of course, we have some rap vocals there, okay? So everything sounds out of place because this song obviously is not mixed, okay? So we're going to begin utilizing some of the tools from Sonible in conjunction. You're going to watch me just run through them real quickly as I get everything sounding right? Sometimes when you're recording, you want to give a quick mix and send it to your client so they can get an idea of where you're going with your mixing. Now, I'm going to utilize 3 plugins, the main plugins for the beginning, and then I'm going to show you some of the additional tools that we have from Sonible products that will allow you to fix certain issues that you may have, okay? So the first thing I want to do right here is I'm focused and I'm working. I want to look at what's happening in the lead vocal. I'm going to solo this track right here, and I'm going to listen to it and check it out. Let's turn off the group.
baby, don't mean to bother you, but you're the type of girl I like.
And what I want to do there is I want to first balance that vocal, okay? So the first thing, whenever you're trying to balance anything, you want to utilize a compressor. And I want to do this really quickly because I have 3 main tracks here, right, that I'm listening to for the chorus, right? So I have the main lead, then I have a double, and then I have a harmony. So I'm going to use a smart compressor real quickly on all these tracks right here. So I'm going to put the smart compressor on that track, right? And I'm just going to option drag to make a copy of it and put it on the other tracks, right? So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to focus on the first one. Now, what type of profile do I want to pick for this? Obviously, this is a male vocalist, so we're going to click this section right here to pick a learning profile that we want to tell the plugin what it's listening to, what type of content the plugin is listening to. And this is super important so you can get accurate results when you're doing your learning. So let's select vocals male. This works like a regular traditional compressor, so you're going to see the settings right here on the left side. We have the threshold, the ratio, your attack and your release settings, and so forth. So I'm going to play through that again. I'm going to hit the learn button here. The plugin is now waiting to read. So I'm going to just play it. Let's see what happens.
Excuse me, baby, don't mean to bother you.
That's where the magic happens.
But you're the type of girl I like.
So if you notice right here, I already have my settings.
I can't help but step on,
and this vocal is not too dynamic, so I'm not too worried about over compressing it, okay? A lot of the music today has a lot of compression, so sometimes, you know, one of the mistakes that we make is mixing engineers is that we over compress our tracks, and we don't want to do that. So this has a really low ratio, moderate attack, okay, and moderate release settings that we have here. So I like to bring my ratio a little bit higher. So if I do some changes here, right, notice how this button over here turns off, right? If I wasn't sure what the original settings were, I can click this button and it takes me back to the original ratio settings that I had, all right? So go to the next track, select it, play it again, hit the learn function, and just play it.
Excuse me, baby, don't mean to bother you, but you're the type of girl I like, and ooh, I want you. I can't help but step ooh.
Now I'm going to do
Maybe
something a little bit
after we
different with
leave
the last one,
school,
and I'm going to show you
we
why
can
in just a
chill
moment.
and get to know each other. Hey, lover girl.
Just to make these a little bit different from each other, I'm going to edit some settings here. I'm going to focus, actually, no pun intended, on the focus section, what frequencies this one is hitting. So I'm going to play that one more time and see what's happening.
Baby, don't mean to bother you, but you're the type of girl I like, and ooh, I want you. I can't help but step ooh. Maybe after we leave school, we can chill and get to know each other. Hey, lover girl.
So what I could do is I can add a compressor to the sub mix of that channel, to the subgroup, right? To balance those vocals between each other. So I do have these tracks routed to a sub mix channel here. I'm going to add the smart compressor one more time here, right? And I'm going to do something a little bit interesting here. I have to add a smart compressor. So I'm going to add the smart compressor there. I'm going to play it. Let's use the standard one just to see what happens.
Baby, don't mean to bother you, but you're the type of girl I like, and ooh, I want you. I can't help but step ooh. Maybe after we leave school, we can chill and get to know each other. Hey, lover girl.
All right, I like those settings there, right? So we're going to keep that there, okay? And everything is sounding pretty good. Now, I got my vocals. They sound pretty decent. You definitely want to listen to the vocals against a melodic element because that's really what you're doing. So I'm going to just go to this guitars that I have here, right? And I just want to see what the guitars sound like in the chorus, okay?
Excuse me, baby, don't mean to bother you, but you're the type of girl I like, and ooh, I want you. I can't help but step ooh. Maybe after we leave school, we can chill and get to know each other. Hey, lover girl.
So I barely hear this guitars, okay, which is a problem for me. I'm going to add the Smart EQ here, okay? I'm going to use the Smart EQ 3, okay, which is really what I want to utilize for this. Let's use the mono version of this. Now, these guitars, I'm panning one hard left and hard right. If you look closely, they're different from each other. They're two different passes. You can kind of tell by the way the waveforms look, which means I'm going to need one for each track. So I'm going to just hold down Option and drag it to the next track as we move. And for this, this is an electric guitar. So I'm going to pick a profile, you know, from electric guitar there, right? Now, I want to do both of them at the same time, okay? So I want to add that Smart EQ for both of these and kind of see what's happening at the same time. So one of the things that I could do that we've learned in our last video from the Smart EQ, we have this thing called a group. I can join a group. And this is going to be my electric guitars, okay? So now I have this one in there, right? Okay, now I do have another guitar here that I have, right? And I'm going to make these important because I want to put this on the top, both of these. Okay, now I'm going to hit the Learn All function. All right, check it out.
Baby, don't mean to bother you, but you're the type.
So now it's learning.
Ooh, I want you. I can't help but step ooh. Maybe after we leave school, we can chill and get to know each other. Hey, lover girl.
All right, so my guitars are sounding pretty interesting. Let's see what happened here. Okay, let's listen to this guitars by themselves. If you notice, they're hitting very similar frequencies. So I'm going to cut this frequency here. We're going to split it, right? And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to make the sound a little bit different in this side, this curve. Okay. I'm gonna add a little EQ filter here. I'm gonna make this one a little bit dynamic. There it is. Play it again. So I'm tweaking this and I'm editing using this beautiful smart EQ. I can see what's happening between the frequencies from the one I have in the fill and the one that I have in the original one. From the left and the right, they're a pan. And everything is sounding pretty cool. Now, this guitar sound cool, but they need to sound cooler, okay? So what am I gonna do? I definitely wanna add some realism to this guitar. So I'm gonna use one of our favorite tools that we have here. I'm gonna use this Smart Reverb. Now, Smart Reverb is cool because it allows me to manipulate and create space in between tracks. So I'm gonna add the reverb right to the guitar bus here, okay? Smart Reverb, all right. Now the Smart Reverb works like any other Sonible plugin, okay? You pick a smart profile to tell the plugin what kind of content it's listening to and allow the content to play. You hit the learn button and then it's gonna apply a suggestive or a corrective profile based on reverb, okay? Now, the settings are very, they're not really exaggerated, but I like to exaggerate my reverb. In this case, I'm gonna put guitar, right? And I'm going to hit the learn function and I'm gonna play it. Check it out. Now my guitars sound more alive. I'll bypass it. Hear the difference? My guitars sound like they have life, okay? And that's what it's all about. I want to make things sound real as I'm doing it. So I like those settings, but if I wanted to tweak them, I have a whole bunch of different options here that allows me to, tweak the way the plugin works. If I wanted to make the plugin sound a little bit more artificial, I can tweak it here. If I wanted to make it sound a little bit more natural, I can boost up this graph here, make it sound richer, and so forth. If I want to make it infinite, meaning that intimate, meaning like it's in a smaller space, you can do that from here as well, okay? So you also have some additional options here that allow you to affect the spread of that reverb, the density, and then decay if you want to have a linear relationship between the decay, or if you want to create it of an example of a non-linear reverb where it gets louder rather than the energy dies out from it, okay? So that's what we have here. I like the way my guitar sounds. I'm gonna try to bring in my wah-wah. I have a wah-wah here. Let's see what my wah-wah sounds like with my guitars here. I think my wah-wah needs a little bit of that smart EQ, don't you think? All right, let's just copy, let's put this one in here. Just put a new smart EQ. Right, and I'm gonna pick the profile for the electric guitar. Hit learn. Now it's cutting through the mix. Love that. I need a little more volume. So I'm going to add a small compressor right there. Actually, I think I'm good with that. Let's bring it down a little bit. I'm going to put the smart reverb. The guitars are all going through the same channel, so I'm going to put the reverb below here, and I'm going to add the compressor to the guitars just to balance them between all of them. Let's do guitars, baby. I think that'll be cool. Learn, baby. Now remember, the makeup gain here, it's automatic, but you can turn that off and boost this a little bit more. My wah-wah needs to be louder, baby. Let's bring the volume, the overall volume of these guitars down. A couple decibels, right? Let's play it. Now it's sounding beautiful, and that's called mixing. It's about balancing things. So now that I have this working, right? I have reverb, I use the EQ, I use the compressor, right? I want to do some other things. I want to try to bring some additional elements. I do want to play the vocals here. Let me play the whole song right from that section and see what happens, okay? Now, the kick drum and all that stuff is not going to sound where it needs to be, but let's just see what happens. Okay, we'll get to it in just a moment because there's some issues with my kick drums and so forth. I have my smart reverb going here. Let's play it.
Baby, don't mean to bother you, but you're the type of girl I like, and oh, I want you. I can't help but stare, boo. Maybe after we leave school, we can chill and get to know each other. Hey, lover girl.
All right, so we got some stuff going on here, okay? Definitely some issues in the synth section, so we're going to just focus on the melodies right now. Now, this bass, I'm going to balance it. You want to hit that bass with a compressor to tame it. Let's use the bass. This is what I love, the Sonible products. Pretty simple. Balance it. Now I'm going to add a little EQ, right? I could use the Smart EQ 2 or the Smart EQ 3 is the new one. I'm going to stick with that. To this bass guitar. Let's just make it alive, make it sound a little bit, make it cut through the mix a little bit more. All right, so cool. Let's play with the guitars. I'm gonna bring the volume down, a couple decibels. I can also bring the volume right here from the gain. Now I'm gonna add a filter here, and I'm gonna actually cut some of this. And the reason I'm doing that is because I don't want it to clash with my guitars. And I want that sub feel. There it is. Now the cool thing about this whole thing is I have a kick drum, and this kick drum that I have over here, right, it's gonna play in this section. Check it out. Now I got two kicks. Check out the second kick. Now sometimes when you have patches from programs, you know, the second kick here has, it's like a little filler thing, okay? See that? And it has a little reverb in there already, right? That's what it has. So I'm gonna add this little duck bus, right? And what that allows me to do, it allows me to sidechain what's happening with the bass so the kick drums and the bass don't clash, right? So I can do sidechain duck in here, right? So I pick an input, okay? And this is the duck section here. See that? And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna just play that, turn on sidechain ducking. Stop this for a moment. Sidechain ducking. I have my duck setting. I have my smart compressor set up. Everything looks right. Okay, and I was going to listen to the input of the sidechain in order to be able to change, make sure that the frequencies don't clash. So let's play it. And I have both kick drums going to that bus. Okay. So it's going to create a profile that's going to compress that bass using spectral ducking. So certain frequencies that the kick is hitting that may be clashing with the bass, it's going to make sure that it doesn't do that, okay? Let's listen to it. Bring the guitars in. Bring the guitars in. That sounds great, okay? So now that I have that, let's look at the hi-hats, right? The hi-hats are doing something that is bothering me. What's happening? So there's a couple things, right? So the hi-hats here, this is a sound from a program. I'm not going to mention the program, but when I got this file, there's reverb on it, right? Listen to it. And that's kind of problematic, okay? So the question is, how can I remove this reverb? I can do it a multitude of ways to not necessarily fully remove it, but to change the balance and precision between the reverberation of that room that was added to the hi-hat and the actual patch, the actual sound. So how do I do that? Well, Sonible has a plugin that's specifically designed for this. It is called the Proximity EQ. Let me show you this Proximity EQ, all right? So the Proximity EQ is pretty awesome because I added right to this track. And really just think about the whole concept, proximity, right? The microphone, this is my microphone, right? What is the proximity between the space between the signal and the mic? Maybe I was all the way in the back of the room and the microphone captured more of the reverberation than the actual sound. But this is what this does, okay? The Proximity EQ allows me to do that. And I'm gonna use a simple setting, check it out. If I go down, I remove the reverb. If I go higher, I'm hearing more of the reverb. So we're going to do a little bit of that, okay? Just cut a little bit of this. Now I have these magical bands here that allow me to tweak, right? And the question is, where's the reverb located? Well, let's sweep it. There's reverb up here for sure. See that? Right, so sometimes you're moving things around, you don't know where they're located. Sweeping the plugin allows you to do that. It allows you to reset it and do it. So what I'm going to do real quickly here is around here, I want to cut some of this reverb. Lower the proximity. And that's what I want right there. So let's play that with the kick drum. And I have the same issue with this one right here. I'm gonna use a proximity EQ on this track as well. There's reverb in here. Got a little clap here. Now everything is grooving. Gotta play with the bass. I missed one guitar, okay? The one from the verses, okay? I'm gonna add a Smart EQ to this beautiful guitar. Where are you? Smart EQ 3. Let's tweak this beautiful guitar. Come on, let's bring it to life. Now the synth right here and the bass are actually competing for attention, okay? This synth right here. See that? So in this case, I'm going to use a smart EQ and I'm going to cut some of those low frequencies, okay? Check this out. Going to make this sound pretty interesting. You can look at the analyzer here, though, you have. Going to use it like a traditional cue. There it is. Play it again. This is without it. That's what I need. Let's play that again. All right, we're going to control the volume.
Every time I saw she made me go delirious. I just can't believe how fine she could look. You judge by cover, but she open like a book. It's not all about look. She was kind-hearted too. Swag super sharp and wearing the freshest shoes. Who knew?
Going to copy this one to this one because I'm going to have the same issue between those two. Now I have everything working. I have my synths rocking, right? Where's my piano, baby? Do have a beautiful piano here that I want to incorporate. Let's listen to it.
Baby, don't mean to bother you.
You hear that? And this one, it's a little bit brighter, right? So we want to use a smart EQ, but also that piano is very dynamic. So we definitely want to balance it first. We want to use a smart compressor first. Okay, we want to balance it. Okay, there's no profile for piano here, so we use the standard function. Let's play it. So that works. We're going to do the same thing on the second one. We're going to copy it. All right. And we're going to hit record. The learn function. All right, cool. So now that we have the pianos balanced, we want to add an EQ. I'm going to focus on this one because it's a little bit louder. Okay, I'm going to add the smart EQ to that just to make it sound different from the other one. I should have a piano profile and a smart EQ that I could use. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Let's do this. There it is. Now it sounds beautiful, okay? With the synths. There it is. Strength. Woo! Sounding beautiful. Okay, so I have my kick drum, my hi-hats. Everything is where it needs to be. It's sounding beautiful. What am I missing? Let's play the chorus. Let's jump to the second chorus here, okay?
But I can't even front. I knew that from the start. What I was getting.
Let's jump right here.
Excuse me, baby, don't mean to bother you, but you're the type of girl I like, and oh, I want you. I can't help but stare, boo, baby. After we leave school, we can chill and get to know each other. Hey, lover girl.
So one of the things I didn't do with the chorus is I didn't add any reverb to it. And it needs it. Okay, it's calling and saying, please give me some reverb, make me sound alive. I'm gonna use a smart reverb on the vocals because the vocals sound a little bit too up front. I want to push them back in the mix a little bit. Okay, so let's use a small reverb here. Okay, we're going to pick obviously a vocals profile. Let's play the chorus and let the magic happen.
Excuse me, baby, don't mean to bother you, but you're the type of girl I
And that's what I'm talking about right there.
want you. I can't help but stare, boo. Maybe after we leave school, we can chill and get to know each other. Hey, lover girl.
That sounds good, but I'm going to add a little pre-delay because I like my pre-delay. 20 seconds.
Excuse me, baby, don't mean to bother you, but you're the type of girl I like, and ooh, I want you. I can't help but stare, boo. Maybe after we leave school, we can chill and get to know each other. Hey, lover girl.
I like that. I like that. Let's look at what's happening here with the frequencies, okay?
Excuse me, baby, don't mean to bother you, but you're the type of girl I like, and ooh, I want you. I can't help but stare, boo. Maybe after we leave school, we can chill and get to know each other. Hey, lover girl.
All right, guys, so that's my quick tutorial showing you guys how to incorporate the Sonible tools to your workflow. This is a work in progress, you know, just have fun. The key with the whole process is to really dive in and have a good time, experiment with these tools. They're very affordable for you guys to have, and they're obviously extremely easy to use. Once again, my name is Wilkis Figuereo from Tech Audio Studios, representing Sonible. This year's IMSTA FESTA. Talk to you guys soon. Take care.